people that are not vegan can come here. And to be honest, that was my mission, right? That was my reimagined mission. Introduce as many people to veganism without alienating them, just showing them that it's possible, it's accessible, it's familiar, it's not downgraded.
Is a vegan business a business or a vegan entity? Interesting thought. Something that I'm speaking with today with Guy Vaknin of City Roots Hospitality. He has a group of vegan restaurants in New York City. I am sitting in the wonderful Le Basque in Union Square in New York City. Wonderful restaurant. Guy is sharing with me his experience as a restaurateur, but more than just a vegan restaurateur as a businessman and what that involves. Aligning his business with his vegan mission. Love this interview. You are going to enjoy it too. Is it just about being a vegan or is it about being a business owner? What comes from? What inspired you to start your business, given that, you're especially being vegan, and how much did that play a role in the direction?
At first,
Yeah.
at first, when I opened Beyond Sushi,
Right.
which happened 2012, July 2012, the day we opened, none of it factored into it,
Right.
which is very odd because I wasn't vegan. I was not vegan when I opened my first Beyond Sushi. I created a concept while I was working in my dad's company, which is a catering company. I wanted out from working with my dad, and my wife to be, Tali, the pretty and amazing, was I gotta give her props.
Yes, you
Uh,
should.
and she was vegetarian, and I created this on our sushi station, which was regular sushi station, vegetarian rolls. I came to be a chef very quickly after I got out of school. So a lot of things that I've done when I was younger were not restricted by some other chef that taught me or stuff like that. So I did wild things, like a lot of uh, crazy things, and that was one of them. We created sushi rolls that were made from black rice, and I saw the reaction from people. And then she said, "Oh, there was this vegetarian food festival. It was the first vegetarian food festival in New York City in 2010." And and she said, "Hey, can we go there and present it?" And we did, and sold out. And the year after, 2011, we did, and it like I did 5 times as much and sold out anyway. And people started knowing the name. And it was when I did Hell's Kitchen
Yeah.
back then that helped the whole situation. And I saw an out. And I said, "Okay, this is my out. I'm gonna do this. I'm not proud of it, but I can say it with a clear conscience that I was very ignorant about this world, veganism, vegetarianism, all of it, right? I came from a place where I grew up in a regular household back home. Veganism was not something you talk about at all. Like it wasn't something that even anybody in my vicinity ever was close to. So when I opened Beyond Sushi, it was vegetarian. I had a few egg products in there,
Okay.
but the first customers that came in, okay, what's going on? Why? And then I had a customer, Andres, that I keep in touch up until today, and he comes to every opening that I
Oh, wow.
have and all this stuff. Really set on my inbox back then, because that's how they and sent me emails, why, and started explaining, okay, what why it's important that I changed that. And I started testing. It was 3 weeks into the concept. Solution was very simple for me as a chef. But I switched it. And I think it was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. First of all, business wise, it cleaned out the question, oh, what is vegetarian? What is vegan? Blah, 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 blah. And then afterwards, it became my lifestyle. So 6 months into the business, I said, okay, let me try the diet. And stuck, So it's been what now? 26. We are almost 14 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, since then, that's what it is. That's how it started, and that's where we're. And I can't see myself in any other way. I can't even imagine. Of course, I learned everything about veganism and why it's important and what does it help with, and but I bring my own twist to it, which is very different than most vegan chefs owners. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell me how do you see that being
how
different? Yeah.
I come to it from a place where I think that the way to um, introduce it to the world is by making it accessible, making it interesting, making it modern, making it not pretentious in any way, making it so the familiarity that I had before I became vegan to certain dishes is not lost. In the beginning, when I did Beyond Sushi, and this is things that came along later on, Beyond Sushi was pure. So it was only grains, beans, legumes,
So really
vegetables, fruits. Yeah,
plant-based. Right.
just creativity and all the sauces that go on to
Right.
it. Um, but and at some point I decided I'm going to grow. So I got to a point where I had 7 of them before the pandemic, but it hit a
Right.
plateau. And I saw all around me a lot of other vegan restaurants where I thought that they weren't that good or that creative, and
Right.
they were doing a lot more business because they were pulling out of a larger pool. Because so people that weren't vegan were trying it out because it's something that was familiar to them. And I started testing that out in 2019 in Beyond
Oh.
Sushi, in my biggest restaurant, 37. And we used to have a dinner menu that was very different than our Beyond Sushi. I used to serve kebabs at Beyond Sushi. Not a lot of
Really?
people
I
know
don't
that,
remember that.
but it blew up. And but then the pandemic happened, right?
Right.
And I reimagined the company during the pandemic. So everybody, sat at home. I kept working. I went from 125 employees to 6 employees.
Wow.
I opened my last restaurant in February 2020 of Beyond Sushi. So it was a month before we had to shut down. I was in deep, mud.
Yeah.
And if I didn't say it earlier, I bootstrapped the whole thing up until today. So there is no investors in this. It's me and my wife and the employees, of course. Amazing a group of people over the years
Oh.
that have contributed, but it's us, right? So I invest everything that I make in the business back into the business because I don't want to do it for a short amount of time. I want to do it for decades.
Yeah.
And that's where it came from. So I reimagined the business during the pandemic. Very controversial. Imagine because everybody thought that we're going to do only deliveries and so on. And I went and leaned into dining in. And my idea was that there's no way that we will not have this connection to talk. I still think that that's the future, even now with AI.
Yes.
People are too much in front of the screen. I am too much in front of the screen. So going to a restaurant and having this experience that is special and meeting people and conversing and the human connection is very, very, very important. So I leaned into that. And then Willow came in the middle of the pandemic, October 2020. In the middle of the pandemic, you couldn't even see people inside the restaurant. I told everybody I'm opening a restaurant. They thought I lost it. But if you believe in something, I believe you just go for it. And it was my Hail Mary moment because it's that or the company closes, right? I either innovate, and I always feel that way. Like I gotta innovate. I gotta take the next step forward to understand. Okay, where are we going with this? Even in these times, I'm working on so many things, novel things. Some of them I can talk about, some I can.
Okay. Yeah.
But so Willow was the first, and that the day we opened, I decided to do comfort food because I thought that that's what we needed in the middle of the pandemic. And the day we opened, we had a line of like 2 blocks for
Love
just
it.
people taking out, which was amazing. I couldn't keep up. People had to wait for mac and cheese for like an hour. But, and I'm sorry to all of you that waited, but
For a good reason, no?
for good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we managed to get the wheel rolling. And then Willow was great. And then Omicron came. If you remember that strain of COVID that came a year after and locked us all up again. And that was another moment that I said, okay, let's go for it. And I took Coletta, and that was my Italian place.
Yeah. Okay.
6 months later or 8 months later, I signed for Anixi, and that was a moment
Great.
where
Yes.
it's my busiest restaurant up until today. But that was a moment where I said, okay, let's go play big. And I went for a big
Right.
restaurant. And that was also a moment where I said, okay, we got to revolutionize what this is. Okay. It's okay. Vegan food and vegan restaurants, and they all pretty much look the same and they serve the same food. And it's like another cafe and another cafe and another cafe, another cauliflower wings and another cauliflower.
Right.
And that just, I felt like, okay, they all do another mac and cheese or another. Okay, we gotta do something about it. There's a lot to do, and there's creativity,
Right.
and I felt like there is room for it, and especially at that time. I mean, veganism was on the rise, right? In the COVID, people were trying it out. There was a lot of people from outside the community. So I felt like, what I was pushing, which was the familiarity, is the right thing, or the thing that will bring people in and can support a business at that size. Because, yeah, we see now what's happening in the vegan world. A lot of restaurants are closing down, unfortunately, and there is a drawback. But the only way that I feel like I'm surviving in this business is because our customer pool is larger, right? Because
Right.
people that are not vegan can come here. And to be honest, that was my mission, right? That was my reimagined mission. Introduce as many people to this veganism without alienating them, just showing them that it's possible, it's accessible, it's familiar, it's not downgraded. You're not expected to, because it's vegan, to pay a certain amount without getting the full experience. The silverware, the glassware,
Yeah.
the service, the food, the innovation, the
Ambiance.
ambiance. Yes,
Yeah.
that's very important. We invest a lot in that, right? Because restaurants are not just food; they're
No.
everything around.
Experience.
Talking as a chef, it's hard for me to say, but I understand that.
But
But I'm an operator too, so
right, and you're innovator too, because you know,
I try.
it's interesting. I mean, you put so much in that. What you just said, I want to pack it a bit. It's really interesting that you bootstrapped it, and you didn't do it with investors because it's so not easy, but it allows you to grow when you do investors. But it doesn't allow you to innovate because now you have to
Answer to someone?
answer to someone. I mean, you're answering to yourself and to your wife because you guys are partners and growing
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
But that's, you're on the same page.
For the most part, we agreed how it's going to be managed,
Right.
right? Because
Well,
in a
yeah, sure.
partnership, or at least in my vision, in a business, there's got to be at the end, there's got to be someone that decides, okay,
Right.
and takes the responsibility.
Sure.
So it's not a decision making. Is not just, hey, I'm deciding.
Right.
Take the responsibility for your decisions as well, which is
Absolutely.
extremely important. So
Yeah.
I did hit that in investor moment. I went on Shark Tank in
Right.
2018. I
Yeah.
did that. So I sat at a table with probably like 10 or $15 billion in terms of net worth and across the table, and learned how they think. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that was very telling for me and how I want to take it to the future. Decided not to, after 7 months of due diligence and negotiation, decided not to go, even though they offered me the money.
Sure.
Um,
They should. I can't see why they wouldn't. Like, so,
yeah,
uh,
I don't know. I don't know. I
but
mean,
there is this
still people money.
obligation, right?
Yeah,
When you're, and that's part of the problem. Not problem, but being a company that is vegan
yeah.
because so much of the world is not vegan. I mean, most of the world is not vegan, right? And so,
98%.
yeah.
Okay.
And as a result, any decisions you make are going to somehow involve more than just plants or, there's going to be some animal something in there,
Yeah,
some animal cruelty or something. And
yeah.
so, and most people don't understand that. So if you're talking to investors, I don't think there's too many billionaire vegans. Yeah, yeah.
There
Okay.
are. Look, at the end of the
Right.
day, a business is a business and an investor
Right.
is an investor. So if an investor doesn't see an output or from a business, they wouldn't do it. Reason there was a lot of investment that went
Hmm.
into the vegan world, or the food tech in the vegan
Right.
world,
Yeah.
is because they envision return, right? You have to have a return.
Right. And you're
Even
in
even
business for
even
that too.
even
It
even
makes sense.
even me, right? As a business owner, if I lose for a second, the
Right.
fact that I need to make money out of this business because I have 300 families that depend on me,
Sure.
I will be out of business. And I will do anything in my power, of course, with the commitments that I made to myself about what I am, what I represent, the food that I serve, all that stuff that is set in stone. But I'll do everything in my power to make sure that I can come every Monday, look at my guys in the eye,
Mhm.
and make sure that they get paid and they have a way to support their family. And I am there for them if they need me. And that's, to be honest, the reason why I reinvented the company, because I really wanted to hire everybody. I was, from 125 employees to go to 6. Yes, we're a lot bigger right now. But it's heartbreaking, right?
Well, it's a family. You
Yeah, it
created
is.
not just the
Yeah,
business, you were creating a
it is.
family, right?
It is. And I have people that have been with me from day one.
Right.
I've been in the company for 14 years. It's not and I have people that, now they have vested interest in the company. All my top uh, people, I made sure that they have part in this. I don't have to, I gave it to them, right? Because it's good for business too, in terms of how you feel about the business, but it's also something that I think that they've been a part of building,
Right.
right? Yeah. So
But it's your commitment, it's also shows your commitment to them and that they
they're,
are
yeah,
committed.
yeah,
They're
because of
as
their
committed to,
committed,
yeah.
because of their
You wouldn't
commitment to
do it.
this.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. Because of their commitment to this, I think that is just the right thing to do. And as an owner, I thought that it's something that I need to do. Uh,
So then as your business grows and evolves and you're talking about big things, which is exciting, staying aligned with your ethics is kind of what we're talking about without investors, et cetera. So what other challenges do you have with staying with that ethics and like knowing that this is your vision but there's got to be things that are coming in that are like pulling you, like how do you stay aligned with that? Because like you
I
said,
think
yeah.
you set certain rules or lines that cannot be crossed. In like the fact that we saw 11 Madison go from being vegan to serving. You have to decide for yourself. For me, I'll go out of business.
Before you do that.
I'll
Yeah.
flat out, like no doubt in my mind, no nothing. If this is not what it is, go out of business. I know difference is I know my character. I know who I am. I think that the biggest thing that we get out of business or out of this venture, besides the money and whatever it
Right.
is, I don't hold a lot of value to people knowing me and stuff like that. But I know what I gained out of it is my character. I know who I am, and I know that if all of it burns today, I can do it tomorrow. Right? I'm confident about it, not cocky, confident because I put in the work. I put in the work to build it every
Love
day.
it.
I still do it
Mm.
all the time. I still think about how is it going to get better? What other things can I do every day? It's not like I can come and just drink espresso all day. But you ask my team, I'm running around like a
Right.
maniac thinking of what is the next step? How do we get this better? How do we get more efficient? How do we get it so it stays alive? I mean, the last 2 years were a struggle, but I'm not afraid of it ending because it will one day. I want it to be there for a very long
Right.
time. I'll do everything in my power, but I'm not going to change my ethics for it. I don't have investor. I don't have to answer to anybody.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like, okay, I'll build another one.
Right.
And
And you're
yeah, I know
creating.
it's hard. I mean,
Right.
it's
Right.
like it sounds like I'm like, but I truly believe
Uh-huh.
that. Like I truly believe that people that look at me and say you're nuts, but no, but it's okay. I mean, money's money. I didn't have money before I started this. So money comes, money. I don't look at it the same way. I
Yeah.
don't. I also don't. If you knew me, uh, this is if I could go to sleep with this, I would. Like my wife makes me change. I don't care for like it's not necessarily for that. I mean, I think the accomplishment, the feeling of accomplishment of building is very, very. Of course, I want to be comfortable. I want to have a
Yeah.
reward for working hard, whatever, whatever. But the building process is something that burns like in me all the time, and that's why I built so much. I stopped though. I'm not doing it anymore. But I'm building from within, so I'm strengthening everything inside the systems. And I think that this year, even though I'm not building restaurants, I'm building more than I ever built.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
You want to elaborate on that more than you've ever built before?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
How does that tie, and also how does that tie into what you currently have? Is this a different direction? Is this
No. So one, we manufacture everything for ourselves. So
right?
besides the restaurant, we have a manufacturing facility. I make all my breads. I make all my pastas. I make all my desserts from
So
scratch.
good.
I make. Thank you. I think that the fundamentals of making food the right way is extremely important. And I invested heavily over the past 6 years in all the IP, right? And all the learning process, my team, how they do it, all the machinery, all that stuff. Puts me in a better position, first of all, in the market, but it also helps the team grow, makes it interesting, makes it innovative for the customer, all those things. So I've done that and I keep building that, right? So we keep acquiring more knowledge and creating more things. So working on products that's in the back burner and it's working there. I just haven't started getting it out. The things that I'm working on now is the world is changing. Okay. There is a lot of
It's
tech.
always changing. It's
No, but it's
always.
changing drastically.
Okay.
Okay. AI is a
Yes.
big game changer in many places. And I think always about the business and what are the next challenges that we have, how we're going to, and AI, when it came along at the beginning, I don't pay attention. It's not, I don't care about this, like whatever. A few months back, I started getting into it because I was thinking, okay, how do I incorporate it in a business that is mainly human to human? And I got sucked into it. So now I'm like, I develop apps, I do all this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. I do like on my free time,
Free
right?
time, free
So,
time, yeah.
so I do that the majority of the time. I'm thinking about how our systems that we currently have are built
Okay.
into a system that is central. I'm building a brain for the business,
Love
basically,
it.
and I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
doing that, and it's already it's working, like we're
Right.
already using it within the system. So when it comes to HR, inventories, checklists, all those things, they're all centralized. Social media, everything, management to all that stuff. Building it's ours. And then I'm building another thing on the side that will enhance the way, and this is very novel and it's not out to the public yet, but will enhance how we operate. It was on the floor and in the restaurant, in the back end. And I think that those things, because of the knowledge that I have, because of actually putting in the work and building it and being able to build that, the input that I bring to it and the way I think about it, I can build it a lot faster.
Because you're an operator.
Yes, I can build.
Right.
So
So you,
I believe that I've been a coder a lot longer than most coders, and I code the hardest thing, which is reality, right?
Sure.
I code
I love it.
systems. I code
Yeah.
systems within the reality.
Mhm.
Yes, I didn't know how to write it, but AI is helping me now.
Yeah.
I don't need the writing process. I build systems. That's my strong suit, right?
Yeah.
Besides making food, okay, that's like a little bit, but I've built systems and I code them into real life without that. But now it's like, okay, I have a tool that, and I have dyslexia and like I can be organized and stuff. So that helps me, even though it looks like from the outside, but it helps me to organize my thoughts and build those tools that will operate this monster, because it's a monster of like, there's so many processes and
Gosh.
so many
Yeah.
things, the training and this and that and that, and
Yeah.
how it comes out. So I have all these things now to help the waiters and this and that and that. I'm not gonna get into
No, but
all the nitty gritty,
absolutely.
but it's definitely. And 4 months ago, I couldn't talk to you about any of this because I didn't do it. Now that I have no restaurants to build, I am building that. So I found my new
Build.
my new build. I have to build all the time.
But it sounds like you already had all of that, but just in a different
Form, yeah,
format.
yeah.
And now it's like, okay, but now I can see how all these strings that you have, that
Yeah.
you like, it's kind of like a spider web, how
I
it all
had them.
comes in to
Yeah.
the middle, because
Yeah.
you could not be as successful as you are and have these fabulous restaurants without systems. It's just
Oh
impossible.
no. And yet I had them here,
Right.
right? So now I can speak my way because to write, this is my
Right.
third language. Like I'm
What, English or
English. So to go and like write it and be like efficient at that, it's hard. You can't keep up with everything.
and it keeps changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did have it. I didn't have it at the time because I was building, right? So I was building. I was fascinated with building the restaurants. Now I'm fascinated in building the systems or fixing the systems that I built to the modern age, so they operate. Excuse me, I'm just trying to
I
put
love
it
it.
together.
No, I
So
love
they
it.
operate.
Yes.
So they operate seamlessly and will be as efficient as possible, so that our ecosystem within here will be easier, efficient, more profitable, better for the employees, better for me, better for the customer, better, yeah. So, but I don't know if I'll stop there. We'll see where it goes.
Right. It's, like you said, it's always changing
Yeah,
and still will
it's
change.
evolving.
But I love that because, systems, even though they're, can be cumbersome to get out, but when you have them
Yeah,
and they work, they elevate your business.
they
Like,
look boring to most.
yeah,
I love
they're great because,
I
you
love them. Structure.
yeah, structure, because it's also, you make a decision about something and you're going to make that decision 100 times, 1,000 times over the next year, 2 years, whatever it is. But you already have the answer.
Yeah.
So you're not having to
Oh, I've done
go
things
back,
so
right?
many times. Like I wrote so many menus, like things that they're gone, right? They're gone in the wind. I don't know where they are now. They're in the ether.
Right.
Got to go look for them. So this also captures all the data, right? So it captures everything that we do and keeps an IP that is solid,
Right.
that you can access as a cook, right? In an instant. Hey, what's the recipe for this? Boom.
Right.
Hey, what's the allergens for this? Boom.
Right.
And I'm taking it to another level where it will, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's
I
exciting.
don't want to spill the beans in.
No, but it's very exciting. I love the idea. Systems. It's something that, as as a creative, and you of course, you started off sort of as a creative with
I'm still
Beyond. Yeah, you are.
still. I'm going from here to do a special at Beyond Sushi.
Oh,
I'm doing a miso cod today.
oh,
New product.
really?
Yes. Really cool stuff.
Did I miss that email? I'm like, I don't know. I look at every email.
No.
But yeah, as a creative, it's hard to pull it in thinking that, okay, it's creative, but in that creative process is,
You get lost in the
you
creative
do.
process.
And then, like you say, you have these ideas and these recipes and they're all up here and where are they? And those, how do you put that together? I love it. Yeah.
You need that assistant, right? So for me, that's
Right.
the AI portion of it, right? It helps me organize. Like I talk to it more than I talk to anybody. Unfortunately, but I do talk to people.
Right.
But it's just that those ideas as they come, I have it like on lock. So it's always there. I have a blueprint of all these things that I want to do, and and the list is from here. But priority, and I'm working on it. So, yeah,
Yeah, I see that like a cobweb.
yeah,
You're a center, you're the spider, and creating this cobweb, which
yeah.
spans out in tons of.
Hopefully, I don't have to stay there, and I can
No,
move, and
well, you
somebody
can
else
move.
can
Yeah,
do that.
you go over there and catch your prey over there and over there. Exactly. What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about vegan businesses or ethical entrepreneurship?
That they're not as ferocious as the other ones
Yeah.
because they are compassionate,
Right.
not looking at the right one.
Yeah.
And you have to compete. It's not a game for the weak of heart, right?
Right.
Entrepreneurship.
No.
You have to compete. Don't have to be nasty about it.
Right.
It could be very gracious.
Mhm.
I hope a lot of quiet. I don't need props, but there's people that know, and whoever knows, I hope I'm always there for knowledge and everything. And people that could be my competitors. Okay.
Right.
But I think it's knowledge shouldn't be kept secret. It should be shared,
Yeah.
right? Um, so yeah, but I am a competitor.
Right. Well, you're running a business. It's
Yeah,
not. Yes, you have a mission. You have a vision. At the end of the day,
the business.
you're creating business, and like you say, you've got a whole team, family behind you that you want to bring along and
Not only that,
support
they
them.
count on me.
And they can on
I
you,
need to
right?
stay strong for them, no matter what, right? I
I
need to be
love
the
that.
rock,
Yeah,
right? And
absolutely.
need to stay strong, mentally, physically. I haven't been sick in 14 years.
That's
For
because you're
real.
vegan.
Maybe.
No, but
I think that it
but
couples with.
it's
I think it couples with the fact that
with your
mentally you stay strong. You have to. I cannot. Oh, I'm sick. I'm gonna stay home. No, they count on you, right?
mind body connection too,
Yes,
right?
that's right. And I fully believe in that. I take care of myself. I sleep well. I eat well. I do all the things that I could stay strong and be there mentally, cognitively. Every Monday, got to pay paychecks. You have a responsibility.
Yeah.
So it's
So it's
very,
not just it's
yeah,
not just one thing. It's very holistic.
yeah, 100%.
Like you've got all the pieces that you have to
Yeah,
take care of.
yeah, and I think it's also a driver, right?
Right.
Could get annoying. Could get, not every day is fun, and there is a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But I learned over the years how to take those things in perspective. I think more than anything else, and you know, things break, and there's things that are annoying and extremely annoying. But yeah, and frustrating and bureaucracy and all these things that drive me nuts sometimes. But we have to take them with a grain of salt and how they are really.
Well, we're solving problems for people,
Yeah,
really. And so you're going to have problems. Without problems, you don't really have a business.
and without problems you don't grow. So I like that.
Right.
I mean I'm that's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Problem solve.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you a little bit about the vegan dining scene because I do know that, like you alluded to it with 11 Park, Madison Park, Park Madison. Okay. Um, and that there is a bit of the dining scene on the whole is,
Diluting.
yeah, diluted. Okay.
Yeah. It's diluting. Not diluted, it's diluting slowly, slowly. Unfortunately.
How do you see it being diluting?
I think that it's a response to the market too, right? So first of all, they demonized everything vegan in the past few years, and we could see it. You can see it online. You can see it anything about it. How it like on a personality level. Oh, you're vegan, or you're like you what? Like
Yeah,
it
every
became it
day.
became it became like a diss,
Hmm.
dissing somebody. Like you're not strong enough, or you're this or that. Oh, I think it's stupid. Or not manly
It's just
and not
misunderstood.
manly enough. Okay,
Right, but
whatever.
it's misunderstood. That's the problem,
Yeah,
right? People don't understand things they don't know.
yeah, it's trends, right? And it's a pendulum, and it comes and
True.
goes,
Yeah.
and it will come back. When I say diluting, there's less and less. There's less appetite within the society for it, so it's diluting
Hmm.
because the market is reacting to that. It's gonna be less. There was a boom. Doesn't matter. There's gonna
I'm
be
glad I know
less.
that. So
Yeah,
you're saying that there's going to be less vegan dining options. Is that what you're
vegan
saying?
restaurants.
I
And it's
hear
already
that.
happening. I mean, we had 175 restaurants in
Right.
like a few years ago in 2021, I think, or
Okay.
2022. Like 130 now,
Jeez.
like all vegan, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
and, and there is a problem with that because also once it got big, everybody had options, and the vegan community, for some reason, instead of supporting ones that just serve vegan, because we are not cruel, not killing animals, they would go to have a Taco Bell. They got excited about Taco Bell serving a vegan whatever,
Right.
right? But at the same time, they're killing all this. Just you're
Right.
getting excited for and I get it, and it's good, and we have options. But you forgot that there was like establishment that built around this,
Right.
and that's their mission. But I don't want handouts at the same time, right? So yeah, I don't want people to come here just to support. I want them to come here for the experience, and that's the motto. And I think that differentiates us from a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because your model is not just great vegan food, interesting food, different tastes and different
cuisines.
cuisines. Thank you. Different cuisines, but it's also the experience that's like having a beautiful place like Le
Yeah,
Basque here that we can see. But every restaurant has its ambiance on it, which I love as an interior designer because I'm all about ambiance, but it's also about the service and the quality of food.
yeah,
And
it's very
it,
important.
and I like the fact that I can walk into the restaurant and everything is as I would assume to be for a dining experience,
Yeah,
and it's vegan.
uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah,
wow.
and you most likely, if you bring your friend, that
Doesn't
they wouldn't know.
know, they wouldn't. Yeah,
They
and I've
wouldn't.
done it many times.
I've had people go to Anixi, eat, finish, and then get upset that they ate vegan food and they didn't know.
What do you mean vegan?
When, yeah,
Like they've never eaten vegan food in their life,
yeah.
right? Never had a
But
vegetable.
I think that yeah, I think that for me, that's the future.
Yeah,
That
and I love that.
that's where it's at, and it's inclusive. It's not. We're not, and it's also another problem of the vegan community. Without upsetting anybody, we tend to push away incomers like this is a club of some sort. I wanted to be
Interesting.
inclusive, not why you're not. Oh, come try it out. Maybe you'll do it 3 times a week. Maybe next week you'll do it 7 times a week. But at least you know,
You're trying.
no,
Yes.
you not only that you tried it, but you got introduced to it.
Yeah.
It was open. It's an open door, and you feel comfortable. And it's like something that you're willing to pay for. So that's
Yeah.
the idea.
I love it. So, let me just see. What would you tell your younger self or someone just starting out about building a business that aligns with,
Restaurants
yourself?
or just a
Yeah,
business in general.
let's start with restaurants, and then maybe you can
If you're really into it, first of all, restaurants not for. It's
change
not
the
for
word.
business. It's not for business. For passion. So if you're building a restaurant for business, don't build it. There's got to be a couple of things intertwined over there, which is
If you're
you,
building a restaurant business, and it's got to be more than just a restaurant.
business.
Yeah.
It's not a business.
I
It's
see.
not a good business.
Oh,
It's not good business financially.
okay.
It's very risky. I play at a high rollers table every day. Every day. No, it's not. It's not. It's
Right.
every day,
Right.
every month. I mean, every year. This is not like you're at the roulette at the 1 penny, right? There's a lot of risk,
Yeah.
a lot of liability, personal, not just like there is a lot. You're taking a lot on yourself. My team asks me sometimes, "How do you sleep?" Oh, I sleep good. I sleep good. Like I sleep like a dead man. So the way I do it is I tire myself in work. But this is not a business just for business. You want to open a business, but open something else that is
Interesting.
less risky and less volatile and less if you're trying to make money. If you're passionate about it and want to open it, I would say that the way to go about it is work for someone that is willing to share their experiences and knowledge and suck in everything that you can. And then don't think about it too much and go for it. Because if you think about it enough, you won't do it. So you don't think about it too much, go for it and evolve. And that's the biggest thing, right? I didn't know what I was doing when I opened Beyond Sushi, to be honest, but I evolved. I was open. I told you before we got recorded.
Right.
I read every review that comes to the company.
You did.
Every review,
Yeah.
and I don't let it hurt my ego because that's my evolution. That's my mirror. That's where I look at myself, not myself, but at the business. I can see the business out clear. I'll walk into a place, and this happened last week, and I saw that we had a big party, and they sat in the same room, some smaller parties. And I told the manager, "Hey, you should have set in that room. The noise over here is too loud. It's going to bother them." He said, "No, but we didn't have space. Blah 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 blah. Well, it's going to come back." And 2 days later, you get a review. Hey, everything was great, but it was too loud, and there was a big party over there, and blah blah
Right.
blah. And most people won't even write it, but I knew that I could see from even from their faces that something they're not 100%.
Right.
So reviews are important. They show me what, and sometimes they're wrong, and sometimes it's like they're awful, and sometimes they're. But you got to take it with
A grain of salt.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you see, I look for patterns in life.
They are.
If somebody complains about a dish over and over, the dish is dead. I take it out. Or let's go. Next one. I don't get attached to things, and it's not about sensitivity or emotions, even though I should have a little bit more emotions. I don't.
I don't know. You come across pretty emotional.
Yeah. About certain things, about business, I'm not. Okay. About business, I'm not. About certain things. What I'm passionate about, yes.
Okay. Well, you are passionate about business, and I can see that, and I can.
I am,
Yeah.
but
And so
not the
it's
decision making.
so do you then it's about balancing that, right?
Yeah, knowing that I had to learn the hard way. Decision making is not from that side, or not from the here. It's just here,
Okay.
you know. So I make decisions here and let that feel whatever it wants.
Love
Right.
that. Okay. Bye. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you
Thank you.
taking the time. It's
Folletti
inspiring.
blabber.
No, it's so interesting. I appreciate you, sharing with me because
Sure.
it's, so similar in many ways about how I conduct business, but it's just inspiring to hear you talk
Thank you.
and share your journey and what you've been going through. So,
Appreciate it.
where can people find you and
Uh,
support you?
you can find us on cityrootsnyc.com, which includes everything. We have 8 locations. Beyond Sushi 2 location, one on 37, one on 56. Willow on 20th and 8th. Anixi on 24th and 8th. Coletta on 3rd and 26th. La Basque on
Which is
50
where we're
Union
at. Yeah.
Square West. My Mexican restaurant, Sentir,
Mhm.
on 19th Street is in 5 and 6, and Reverie in Brooklyn. All of it is on Instagram. You can come take a look. I do videos for fun
He
sometimes.
does.
Uh, and and yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. We're going to put all those links below so that you too can enjoy the wonderful cuisine and Guy and his group.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.